A High Court judge has been asked if the families of some of the victims of the 1988 Lockerbie bombing can launch an appeal on behalf of the only man convicted of the atrocity. It is the latest attempt by the relatives to bring the case back to court. BBC Scotland Home Affairs correspondent Reevel Alderson said it could be the start of a protracted legal battle. The families want the conviction of Abdelbaset Ali al-Megrahi overturned. The Scottish Criminal Cases Review Commission, SCCRC, wants the court to rule whether it is allowed to investigate the Lockerbie case again, on behalf of members of victims' families. Finality and certainty in the Megrahi case is unlikely ever to be achieved unless a referral is made to the appeal court. Aamer Anwer, solicitor for the Megrahi family. Al-Megrahi died 3 years ago, having abandoned his own second appeal brought by the SCCRC. The application will be contested by the Crown Office, and it is likely a formal hearing will be arranged later for full-scale legal arguments. The SCCRC is considering a joint application from members of Megrahi's family and the Justice for Megrahi campaign group, which includes relatives of British victims of the bombing, to review the conviction. It previously said that despite repeated requests, members of Megrahi's family had failed to provide appropriate evidence supporting their involvement in the application. The SCCRC concluded that the application was being actively supported only by the members of the victims' families. Previous court decisions have meant that only the executor of a dead person's estate or their next of kin could proceed with such a posthumous application. The SCCRC wants to determine if a member of the victims' families, such as Dr. Jim Swire, who lost his daughter in the bombing, might be classed as a person with a legitimate interest to pursue an appeal if the case is referred back to the High Court. Dr. Swire and Aamer Anwer, solicitor for the Megrahi family, were among those at court for the latest hearing. Fundamental duty. Mr. Anwer said, "We would submit that the Commission are wrong and that we remain instructed by members of the Megrahi family as well as the British relatives. We have been in communication with the Megrahi family, both via intermediaries and directly. Communication is hampered by an extremely dangerous situation in Libya, a situation referred to in December by the Lord Advocate, by way of an explanation for lack of any progress in relation to investigations into the Lockerbie atrocity." He added that with regards to the rights of the victims' families to pursue an appeal, there was a fundamental duty to protect the rights of victims of crime. It is submitted that the families of the victims have as much right to make an application for referral as the family of Aamer al-Megrahi, he said. Finality and certainty in the Megrahi case is unlikely ever to be achieved unless a referral is made to the appeal court.